from Dallas, Texas at Gerald J. Ford Stadium as a couple of teams square off in the Surf Pro First Responders Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So Indiana's offense is on the field for the first time today. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. A strike downfield. There he goes! And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. They run the reverse. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times,
breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
This quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll pull it on the read. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And this one is perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
The Dukes offense will get the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games.
Lots of running room. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Duke, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He leaves it with his back. There he goes. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dukes!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Gonna let it fly. Makes the grab on the big throw. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Throws to the tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. They'll send the back in motion. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Hauls it in. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the run, it's Hemby. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Indiana!
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. They'll go to the ground. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Dukes line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. The pull and throw off the RPO. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Hoosiers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 25. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Grab behind the line. It's Hemby. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
The short hands, it's Knight. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Using his feet. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. 2nd down coming up. They want to run this quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job.
And the ball's free in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35. The Hoosiers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Runs through the tackle. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Punt is on its way. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to maybe make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third.
Going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Firing deep. Brings it down on the right side. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, a first half that gave us some riveting moments, not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. Just a dynamite start to the First Responders Bowl. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the First Responders Bowl.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, Dave, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
Got room to work. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. And the Dukes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You can tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Gonna run it. It's Knight. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Dukes moving quickly to the line. Back to pass. It's Barnett. Release to the back. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. That's a good spot on the field to go for it. Really, everything to gain and not much to lose.
Yeah, and most coaches discuss or know pregame warm-ups how far their kickers can kick it. Do I have a boot to even consider this? But I think you want to stay aggressive regardless and go try to get extra points.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That is...
Touchdown, James Madison! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Oh, better look out. Turning it on. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it.
Well, they were trying to go RPO. The quarterback decided not to hand it off, and the pass rush just swallowed it up. They got to him so quickly, knocked the ball out, and jumped on it.
Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Knight. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Looking for a gap, it's Knight. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This is hardly a surprise. After converting their first 2 fourth-down attempts, they'll try it again. Now on the move. Got the first down. Looking for more. 4th and 1 is one thing, but 4th and 2, sometimes the coaches sort of chicken out at the last minute. Not this time. They go for it and they get it.
I don't disagree. Just that 1 yard does make me think a little bit more. But, dude, I'm going for this. I work on this every single week in practice. I know I get the extra down now, so my 3rd down calls are even different. But 4th and 2, I like the aggressiveness to go get it.
They're able to keep him from scoring as he's guided out of bounds at the 5. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving...
Touchdown, Dukes! They take the lead with the 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And right down the middle. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab. It's Becker. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to pass. It's Mendoza. Got him downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Breaks the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted to stop the threat. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. And the Dukes in a good spot here with second and short. On the move. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last two snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
He might want another play. The Dukes are moving quickly down the field. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. And the Dukes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback keeper. Can't get him to the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Here's the handoff. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Dukes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Toss sweep to the right. Finding an escape route. Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds at about the the Dukes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish.
And down he goes back at the 3. The Hoosiers want to pick up the tempo.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it.
Ernie on the Jets. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
To the air, it's Mendoza. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Morris. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They just keep firing. Going for 6. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stop? Now, the defense has...
They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. 1-possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high-percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Snap it to the back. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling the close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.